This one's bound to be controversial, so feel free to continue the debate in the comments. Welcome to MsMojo, and in this installment of Versus, we're comparing Carrie's two great loves, Aidan Shaw and Mr. Big.
Well, if you're looking for material, you're dating the right man.
Ah, thank you, Max. Thank you very much.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. We're only going to be focusing on the events of the show and leaving the movies out of our considerations. Furthermore, we'll be focusing on who's best for Carrie, not necessarily who's objectively the better partner.
Everybody expected Batman to win because he's got the gadgets and the cape and shit. But the Green Hornet had the moves. See, I'm the Green Hornet. I got the moves.
Round 1. Attractiveness.
Well, get in for Christ's sakes.
From the very first episode of Sex and the City, Mr. Big is the quintessential tall, dark, and handsome man who consumes Carrie's heart and mind. There's no denying his appeal, whether he's physically your type or not.
Good morning.
Good morning.
He always keeps just enough distance from Carrie that she's always reaching for his affection and approval. And what's hotter than a guy who's always playing hard to get? Big is nothing if not impeccably dressed. And we know he's got plenty of money if that's your thing. He's always there with a wink and a smile when you least expect him, and never stops keeping Carrie on her toes.
Your girl is lovely, Heather.
I don't get it.
And you never did.
Aidan's appeal is altogether different.
This leather's about 100 years old. I stripped it off an old railroad car seat. Here, feel this.
He's a much more rugged guy who works with his hands and can definitely change your light bulbs for you.
Just got a couple questions. Where do you want it delivered, and can I take you out to dinner sometime?
We're definitely not crazy about his long hair circa season 3, but when he shows up in Carrie's life again post-breakup, he has seriously cleaned himself up. Season 4 Aidan is undeniably hot, with a much shorter haircut and more trim bod. Overall, he leans more towards sweet than sexy, but you know he'll always make you feel safe.
I hear you, I hear you. I need a minute here.
This one is ultimately a matter of personal opinion, but in terms of looks and general appeal, we've got to give this one to Mr. Big, but by a very small margin.
Aren't you gonna miss it?
Winner, Big. Round 2, communication.
I thought by the time I got here, I'd know what to say.
Now here's where Big is sure to lose some points. That very same enigmatic nature that makes Big so appealing is also what makes him totally infuriating.
Oh, you show up at church after I asked you not to. What are you trying to do, test me? I mean, why all of a sudden interest in meeting my mother?
From the start, it's clear that Carrie's interested in setting some boundaries in their relationship and slowly taking steps forward. But at every step of the way, Big throws a wrench in her plans. He's never clear with her about what he wants, and hell, it seems like even he doesn't know what he wants. He admits that dating him won't be a walk in the park because of his personal issues, but self-awareness does not excuse his behavior.
It's just a tough thing for me to say because it always seems to get me in trouble when I say it. Okay?
I'm just about done here. You want to get some coffee?
Aidan, on the other hand, is consistently totally clear with Carrie about what he's feeling and what he wants. When they first meet, he puts his foot down about her smoking, saying it's a deal breaker.
I don't want to be a jerk, but I can't date a smoker.
When she gets all weird because their relationship is going so smoothly, he agrees to play along with her game and gives her a taste of what she's been missing.
Well, how long do you think this phase is going to last? Because my folks are coming to town this weekend, and I wanted you to meet them.
He clearly only does this to make a point, though, that communication is key in relationships. Also, in terms of getting serious, Aidan gives Carrie everything she thought she wanted when he proposes to her. And their fights? Way more funny than relationship ending.
Wait a minute. You use Rogaine? I didn't know you
It's
needed.
preventative.
But is your hair falling?
I don't want to talk about it!
This one's a no-brainer. The point for communication skills undoubtedly goes to Aidan. Winner, Aidan. Round 3, romance. Whether it's everyday romance or grand romantic gestures, Big is always ready to pull something out of his sleeve.
Happy birthday, baby. Get in.
He may not be the most loving and affectionate all the time, but his timing is impeccable when it comes to being there for Carrie when she really needs him. He's always unexpectedly pulling up in his limo, coming to whisk Carrie away.
Hey, lady! Get a ride?
He also made the ultimate journey to proclaim his love for her in Paris, letting all of his prior commitment phobias be damned.
It took me a really long time to get here. But I'm here.
I love you, Carrie. There's no one I could love more. I want to live my life with you.
Aidan is also romantic, with his own brand of quiet and subtle gestures that often go unappreciated by Carrie. When they first start dating, he says he wants to take it slow, and Carrie can't help but doubt whether he's really into her.
So, mister, do you want to sleep over?
I gotta feed Pete. I gotta get up early in the morning.
He creates a sweetly romantic scenario by lighting candles and drawing her a bath, though he still makes it clear that sex is not on the table. When it comes time for Charlotte and Trey's wedding, Aidan makes them the most heartfelt gift, though unfortunately the moment's kind of ruined by Carrie admitting to her infidelity.
You slept with that guy? When we were going out?
The reality is, both of these guys are capable of being romantic. But when it comes down to it, it seems that Carrie's much more receptive to Big's brand of romantic gestures than she is to Aidan's. So this point has to go to Big.
Kiss me, you big crybaby.
Winner, Big. Round 4, how he treated Carrie.
So, are you ready to go?
Well, have they even cut the cake yet?
I don't know, but I can tell you how it turns out.
Despite his ability to romance her, no one can deny that Mr. Big was across the board a pretty horrible boyfriend. He never factored her into his life plans, announcing to her at the last minute that he was planning on moving to Paris.
I may have to move to Paris for work, just for a while.
He was never willing to commit to Carrie or give her the type of relationship she craved. And his inconsistency pretty much drove our leading lady nuts for an entire 6 seasons and a movie.
Hey, what's this?
Well, just a few things you left at my place.
Oh,
It was a struggle to get Big to meet her friends, and until the bitter end, they were all skeptical of him. All in all, this guy does not have a good track record.
I have my place, you have yours. We're together when we want to be, and we're apart when we want to be.
When we talk about how Aidan treated Carrie, though, you may want to interrupt and ask, does any of this even matter because of how Carrie treated him?
Let's slow it down. Okay, how much time do you need?
Aidan was a great boyfriend, no question about it. He was never anything less than loving and attentive, even stepping in to help when Carrie's friends were in need.
Let's get you up now. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
He would do anything for his girl, but despite that, Carrie failed to appreciate what she had. She cheated on him with Big for a long time and kept him on the hook throughout their engagement, even though her heart wasn't in it.
yes, Aidan. I would love to live with you.
Wow. That makes me really happy, Carrie.
There's no debate on this one. In terms of kindness, consideration, general boyfriend points, and the way he treated her friends, Aidan passes this one with flying colors. If only Carrie had seen it for what it was.
Just hang in there, sugar. This thing's just faking you out, that's all.
Aidan, please just stop touching it. Stop
on.
it. Because you don't know what you're doing. Just stop.
Winner, Aidan. Round 5, compatibility.
Where's Paul Bunyan?
If you're referring to my boyfriend, he's doing business.
When Carrie tried to date someone who she had a lot in common with, Berger, it didn't exactly go well.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. He's just not that into you.
But as far as compatibility goes after Jack, Mr. Big is a close and more functional second. They both enjoy the finer things in life, and Big's sizable income allows Carrie to live out her every whim. More so than any of the other guys she dates, Carrie and Big do seem like friends, at least on occasion. They have fun together, and when he lets his lighthearted side come out, they end up seeming like a great couple, all other problems aside.
When I was 17, it was a very good year.
Pack your bags, little lady. You're coming to the country with me.
In the show's 4th season, Aidan and Carrie are back together after the affair fiasco, but it seems as though the show's writers were trying to show viewers just how incompatible these two were. When it comes down to it, Carrie is a city girl who's never gonna get down with Aidan's rustic country house.
There's a lake right over there.
Oh.
1 mile.
Oh.
And she is surely not gonna be happy staying in with a bucket of chicken on a Saturday night.
I ate too much chicken, I think.
Despite how sweet Aidan was, this couple simply did not have enough in common. In terms of compatibility, there isn't much of a contest here. Carrie and Aidan could never have made it work. because deep down they were just too different. Carrie and Big have something major in common though, which somehow makes their relationship work. A hint of selfishness. Winner, Big.
So, it's not just money troubles.
Big is taking this one with a 3-2 lead, but just remember that we're talking about who's best for Carrie, not necessarily who's the better guy.
Is this a piece of veal or is this a piece of veal?
That is a piece of veal.
Who do you love more? Be sure to debate it in the comments, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to MsMojo for more divisive versus battles. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.